Since everyone's been talking about the Trevor Lawrence stat line and all the interceptions that he's been throwing in these first 3 games, I decided I want to check it out and see what's going on with him for myself. And the conclusion that I reached is that his ball placement is off by a lot. And the reason why it's off is for some very specific reasons and things that I'm seeing him do. And I'm going to illustrate that in 3 plays that I've highlighted from the last 2 games against Texas A&M and against Syracuse. And there are more instances of what I'm talking about, but these 3 plays illustrate it well. And then after I show you these 3 plays, I'm going to kind of give him simple ways to fix the ball placement issues. And then you can let me know what you think at the end of that. The first play is from the Texas A&M game at the 6-minute 33-second mark of the first quarter. Trevor Lawrence is in a shotgun. They have T. Higgins isolated in man coverage on the right side of the field. The cornerback gives him a free inside release, and the cornerback is playing outside technique. T. Higgins runs right by him though, and Trevor Lawrence sees it, but he waits a second, or he hesitates in throwing the ball. It is severely underthrown as a result, and T. Higgins has to slow down, turn around, and try to fight for a contested ball. This should not have happened. The ball has to be in the back of the end zone or at least out in front. The culprit is likely that Trevor Lawrence fell away on the throw. So a Texas A&M guy comes through at the end, and Trevor Lawrence feels this as he's throwing, and then he falls away to the opposite side. He falls away to the left as he's throwing this ball, which is traveling upfield to the right. That's a recipe for disaster. It's a bad decision, honestly. He has had the falling away issue since his freshman year. I noted that in a few games last year, and he's used to getting away with it because of his arm strength. But in this particular case, the ball is so off, but the ball hits the DB in the back rather than upfield to his receiver, who was running wide open past the DB since the beginning of the play. And this shows you how that can come back to bite you in the butt. And so I'm going to go to another play in the same game later on, start of the 4th quarter. Trevor Lawrence is in the shotgun. They go 5 wide, 2 wide receivers to the right, 3 wide receivers to the left. They basically go 3 vertical routes and 2 underneath. It looks like a play drawn up in the NCAA football game from a few years ago. The wide receiver number 2, I believe is a true freshman, runs wide open on the deep post route. This ball is placed low and away from the wide receiver, way too far away. The wide receiver can't catch this ball. The ball needs to be at the head/chest level, out in front of the post route. Or it could have been led up the field and make the wide receiver do a skinny post instead. The wide receiver shouldn't have had to dive for the ball for this play to work, because he was so wide open that all Trevor had to do was just get the ball out in front of him. The same culprit as the last play is what influenced this play. A defender comes through late, and Trevor Lawrence starts falling away from the direction that the pass is going. And as I said, that's a recipe for disaster. You can't get away with mechanically unsound throws, in college football. The players are more talented. People are flying to the ball, especially when you're playing big time football. And so he has to correct that. Now, this is what I do like from this play that I saw from Trevor Lawrence. He used his feet. If you notice at the beginning of the play, the pocket starts to rush up the field to his right. So he used his feet and he shuffles to get himself to the left while still maintaining his hold on the ball, and he's still looking downfield. That part was good, but the falling away is what ruined the play. So the last play I'm going to show you is from the Syracuse game. There's a lot of things I could have shown here, but I'm just choosing this one. It's the 3rd quarter, 11-minute, 16-second mark. Shotgun, running back is set to the right. They go 3 wide, 1 up back is to the right side of the field. So T. Higgins is isolated to the far left, the top of the screen. He runs a comeback route about 8 yards upfield. Notice that T. Higgins takes the outside leverage as the cornerback is playing the inside technique, and he stays on top of the receiver. So he's inside and he's on top of the receiver. So Trevor Lawrence now should know that he needs to throw this on the outside shoulder and toward the sideline. For maximum safety, you throw that ball on the outside shoulder toward the sideline and low, where only your receiver can possibly touch this ball. For the best chance of catching this ball, you still throw it toward the sideline on the outside shoulder and high, where the receiver has the best chance of the ball, but the DB can possibly still make a play. But still, that's the best possible way to throw this ball. This ball should not have gone to the inside at the head level, which is where Trevor Lawrence threw this ball. The result is the interception that followed. As you can see, as the ball got batted in the air, the cornerback picked it off and returned it. So What can we learn from this, or what can Trevor Lawrence learn from this? The first thing is you got to break this habit of falling away from your throw when a defender gets in your face. Your arm strength is good, the arm talent is amazing, but you can't get away with this type of thing because if you're going to fall away from the direction that you're throwing, no matter what, the physics just aren't going to work out in your favor. And also, he has to ingrain the proper placement based upon the technique that the cornerback is playing. It'll make your life a lot easier instead of trying to fit the ball in places where it shouldn't go. So I want to know what he does in the immediate future. Like literally in the next game, does he learn from these mistakes he's made? In the next game, will he make the proper read for the throw? You know, not proper read in terms of like reading the play, but proper read in terms of where to place the ball. So do I reasonably expect him to stay the same and make these same mistakes all year? No, but they will continue to happen if he doesn't make the habit of correcting them himself. So that's just something to look out for. Clemson fans, do you expect this to continue to happen? Let me know what you think. But if you like this content, check out the video on the left. It's the video that the YouTube algorithms get together and sort out and decide, hey, you might like this video that Brian made. And if you like the video, well, and also if you want to see the last video I made, you can check the video on the right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.